Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is the Inspiration Show. Today on the show we actually have a very inspiring story. My special guest is Minna Yoo. How are you, Minna?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing really well, thank you. Now, Minna is actually a graduate of the Ultimate Success Masterclass, and she's actually stepping up in a very unique and very creative way to help save the environment and to actually create some economy and jobs here in the US, which is really awesome. So Minna, why don't we start a little bit with about your background and how you got into this amazing project that you're working on?
Well, in college I was neuroscience and pre-med. I always wanted to improve health, and after I graduated I realized that becoming a doctor wasn't the best fit. Something in my gut was telling me it wasn't the path for me, and I moved into nutrition because I wanted to help people learn how to have optimal health and preventative health as opposed to just getting sick and looking for a pharmaceutical fix. And so it was while I was a nutritionist that I was looking for an easy way to improve health on a really fundamental level that was affordable and applicable to everyone, and water really became the most obvious answer in terms of it's available, especially in the US, that good clean drinking water is available to everybody at really pennies, and that if we drink enough water, it's such a good way to start a good foundation of health.
Absolutely. It is the basis of everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, have you found that a lot of, like, what are some of the health issues that we face because of dehydration, because we're not drinking enough water?
A lot of headaches. People don't realize that a lot of tension headaches are due to dehydration, and usually by that point your body's too dehydrated. Our ability to detoxify, it helps clear the skin. It really helps all of our processes. Our bodies are 60 to 70% water and are dependent on having enough water coming into our system regularly to help flush everything out and help things operate normally.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, okay, so how long were you working in nutrition?
So I was a nutritionist for a couple of years when this idea hit me. It was kind of every day I kept asking, there's got to be a really an easier way to improve health on a fundamental level. And so it's kind of my daily mantra of sorts, wondering what this easier way could be that wasn't so expensive, that didn't require so much hand-holding, that more people could afford. Really, the population that has issues with obesity and diabetes really can't afford a nutritionist and hundreds of dollars in supplements and to only eat organic foods. So there's got to be another way to help improve their health that isn't so restrictive to them.
Right. And so, what gave you the ideas to create the love bottles?
So I found that a lot of people can resist drinking water or don't. It's not their favorite thing to enjoy. They'd rather have a treat, something that they purchase, something that comes in something that makes them feel like they're treating themselves, that it's not a chore. What we found was that people didn't love drinking out of plastic, and that metallic containers have a tinny aftertaste, and that people weren't drinking enough. I personally, when I was drinking out of a metallic container, wasn't drinking as much as I was recommending to my clients. And so I moved to a homemade glass container and found I enjoyed it so much more. The whole idea to bring love and an emotional feeling to it was this idea that our bodies are 60 to 70% water, and we take 40 to 80 sips a day. It's a constant reminder and a constant touchstone throughout the day. It's an opportunity each time to kind of change the way you feel, and is a physical and visual reminder of the things that are important to you. So you can be stressed out during the day, but then, you reach for your love bottle that your dad gave you or your sister or your partner, and this one says love our forests, and it reminds you of that hike you took, and there's a heart on the chest, and the bottom of our new bottles has a little message. Easier in this one. I colored this one with some Sharpie. And so it's backwards this way because I want you to look at it, and so as you take a sip, you look through the bottle, and it's a little message in the bottle so that with each sip you're reminded that you are loved. And so, if if you can get that little like, oh, feeling like, oh, they love me, or, you know, I'm loved, or, you know, where it puts things in perspective again, then it really can change the course of your day and how you're feeling throughout the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and I think too, it's like I'm definitely one of those people that have to force myself to drink water. And I
Uh-huh.
know that when I don't, I actually have no energy and
Yeah.
feeling, you know, lethargic.
Yeah.
And I know that I have to, you know, and you think, okay, well, I want to go for caffeine because that's going to wake me up. But all
Uh-huh.
that's doing is dehydrating me even further.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of having, you know, being intentional about drinking our water as well. Because I think that when we put an energy of intention behind it, it actually, you know, we hydrate just that little bit more because we are, you know, consciously in that mindset that this is what we're doing.
Yeah, it's about creating a relationship with between you and your water instead of feeling forced to do it or having it be a mindless afterthought. It's kind of being aware that this is going to go into all of your cells and become part of your body. And so it's being grateful for having access to clean drinking water, um, and really enjoying it. We look at glass as a canvas for art. You know, there's a lot of other glass bottles that are covered, which we understand, but we really love the ultimate drinking experience where it's visual and beautiful, it's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's there's something that happens when water and glass combine. There's a magnification that occurs that makes it a little bit magical, I think. And so playing with different designs and then also playing with the idea of putting what's important to you. So I'll grab a Sharpie and I'll add to whatever. I'll just draw on the glass and I'll write a message that I need in the moment or something that I'm really feeling, or and then suddenly the bottle becomes more meaningful. And when I drink out of it, it reminds me of that message that I was wanting to carry with me that day. And
Yeah.
so it's really about expressing yourself, connecting with your water, and having intention as you drink.
Yeah. And I'm thinking you could also use it as a gratitude bottle as well.
Yes, for sure. I mean, if you're grateful when you drink from your bottle or write things that you're grateful about on your bottle, it just makes you feel wonderful drinking from it. And you know, people are always like, "Oh, have I drinking enough?" Drinking one of these, you can drink through it so quickly. Suddenly, you only have to drink 4 of these a day to get your daily allotment of water. And
Okay.
it's so easy to do. I usually find myself drinking 6 easily throughout the day and get up to 7, 8, and so I find that it's really easy to hydrate on a hot day. I always have a few of these chilling in the fridge, and just like the all your beverages that you like to enjoy the most, you usually like to enjoy them out of glass. And on a hot day, enjoying something cool out of a cool glass is really a special treat.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about some of the different designs that you have.
So right now we're in a transition from our bottles being manufactured overseas to moving everything to U.S. manufacturing. And so with our new U.S. bottles, we have 8 new designs that we're coming out with. And part of it is there's a nature theme of, we have our Love the Forest, we have Love Our Waters, Love Our Mountains, and then we have Love Portland, because that's where our business is based. And growing from there, we're kind of having a home is where the heart is. And we're really going to expand city to city. We have a Love Seattle bottle, a Love New York bottle. We'll definitely be coming out with a SoCal, NorCal, California bottle, and hope to spread it around the world, or around the country and then the world, because everybody loves their hometown.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what was your decision, or what was your thought process about around and taking the manufacturing from overseas to the US? Because I'm assuming it's more of an expensive process.
It is more expensive, and it's more. There's various challenges. It was easy to outsource everything and then just have it shipped over, but I had issues with this product that I was trying to help the environment and spread love and really I had all these pillars that I wanted these bottles to do so much good. But I found after I visited the factories, it's not that the factories were so, so horrible, but it was dorm living and it was very low pay that we couldn't increase the pay. It was the legal wages in China, which we weren't able to add to. And I just felt like I couldn't feel good about really spreading this and growing this and shouting from the mountaintops that everyone should drink out of one of these bottles when it wasn't really providing a livable wage. And there was also a big disconnect between the company and the factories that were manufacturing the product. And so that also felt weird. And the quality was inconsistent, where we really had a lot of wonderful bottles coming through, but we would have to do a lot more quality assurance on our side because of the inconsistencies to make sure that everything we were sending out was top quality. With U.S. manufacturing, we found the quality has improved so much more, where we can pack boxes with confidence knowing that every bottle is going to really fit the standards that we hold for our company.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So I'm sure that there's been several challenges that you faced along the way. Can you share something, like one of the challenges that you faced and how you were able to find a solution for it?
Yeah, in manufacturing and in business in general, you have to really be flexible and go with the flow. If you let every hurdle that comes your way knock you down, you'll be out of the business so fast, because business is about how do you handle different situations that arise. For example, one of these bottles, our Love Portland first version of this, when we got it printed, the ink wasn't adhering, and it was, so when it would contact water, it'd start to crumble, and we're like, oh, they're water bottles. What are we gonna do? We just got all these printed, and there was a problem with the printer and the adhesion, and so we had to really problem solve and figure out what to do with the bottles that were printed, and how can we not just make this a total loss and learn from it and also fix it. And so it really makes you think on your toes and be adaptable and look for the silver lining. I'm constantly looking for the silver lining, because what I find is a problem that seems so challenging in the moment can actually end up being a benefit, but you don't really know how it's going to be a benefit until down the line. So there's a lot of trust that needs to go into to trust that a solution will present itself even though it's not so obvious in the moment, and also that there might be a reason that's beyond what we can see for why these things are happening. And sometimes like 20/20 hindsight, but sometimes I find that some of the things that were the biggest hurdles were kind of the biggest gifts that I couldn't see in the moment.
That's so awesome, and that's why you're going to succeed so well, is because you understand those basics. Like with a challenge, there's always a solution. Actually, there's multiple solutions. And when you can focus on, okay, well, which solution am I going to choose, and look for the lesson that you have in that as well. That's one of the main ingredients of success, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So how can people find you, purchase the bottles, support you? What do you have happening there?
So we have a beautiful website at lovebottle.net. We also have lovebottleusa.com, and on there's a link to our Kickstarter. Our Kickstarter is fully funded now, but we have a week left where people can join our campaign and make pledges and have some of our first U.S. bottles that are available. And then once we've shipped out all of our Kickstarter, then we'll be offering our new bottles on our website as well. We've also been contacting a lot of stores, and we plan to be in a lot of natural grocery and a lot of home and eco-friendly gift stores and spas and yoga studios soon.
Beautiful. Well, Minna, thank you for joining me today, and this is such an amazing project, and this is such an inspiring story. I want to thank you for joining me and sharing that, and I wish you every success in this amazing new.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. So guys, you can click on the banner either to the side if you're watching this online, or underneath if you're watching it on the app, to go straight through to the Love Bottle site from there. Make sure that you share this video and spread the word by using the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on the page. And also make sure that you leave your email if you haven't done so already, so I can send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course, valued at $87, but I'd like to send it to you for free. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.